What's up? Welcome back to my channel, or for the first time if you're new, I'm Sylvan, and today I'm going to be reacting to a Myriad Celestia trailer called Stoneheart's Oath Ring, Both Ends of the Scale. Now, when I first saw this get posted the other night, I thought that this was maybe some belated Jade Myriad Celestia trailer, but from the little tidbits I've picked up since its release, I've tried to avoid spoilers as much as possible. I have gotten the sense that this probably is more so just the Stonehearts in general that this is a trailer about, which is interesting, but, you know, the Myriad Celestia trailers tend to be more general lore surrounding a character rather than specifically them, so either way, let's just get straight into it. If you end up liking this video, feel free to like and subscribe, leave a comment on your thoughts on it, that kind of thing. Let's get started. Okay, IPC logo.
During this debt collection period, Penacony has been reincorporated into the IPC's distribution of shares.
Okay.
But we also paid a high price.
Yeah.
A cornerstone was completely destroyed.
Yeah, that's a pretty high price from what I understand.
Diamond summoned everyone, with me as chair, to decide Aventurine's punishment.
Oh, is this Diamond speaking?
Take away his position as one of the 10 Stonehearts.
We all took an oath to treasure the cornerstones like our own lives. But Aventurine's death was a necessary part of the plan.
Interesting. So this is like a legit bit of lore.
This kind of unnecessary extravagance was just for yourself, wasn't it?
Circulite, please don't ignore the facts and just assume things.
Interesting.
By reclaiming Penacony, the Strategic Investment Department won over another vote of the 7 board members. The 10 Stonehearts have always valued results.
I'm liking the presentation
value
of
their
this.
Oaths more. Sapphire is in favor of punishment.
There's also Agate. They might be dead. I even have to convey their opinions for them. Just my 2 cents. I think we're being overly timid. If it were me, I'd let everything become more of a bloodbath.
Amber prefers to remain neutral. This is her vote. But as an Intellitron, I think there should be more justice in your life.
Coming down
Only
to
one
it.
vote left, as
Tiebreaker.
expected. The final verdict comes down to this.
4v4, the natural outcome. Everyone here has always been so united. We are all the same. We band together, merely to obtain what we want. If that's the case, why not keep extracting from this one? You can come back. Your time isn't up yet. This is also Diamond's recommendation. For the war among the eons, we shall give it our all. The mighty hammer of the Amber Lord has struck. Since we bear the duty of the Stonehearts, even if we must risk our life and limb, we will follow the preservation to the end.
Interesting.
All for the Amber Lord.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, that's cool. So this is effective. Oh, fuck. Okay. I don't know if they're going to be filling a similar role or not, but, I mean, given how casually Topaz was introduced, probably not exactly, but this honestly gives me Winter Night Lazzo vibes in the sense of it's introducing us to a whole cast of characters that are all part of an organization that probably are all about the end game. I mean, like, let's do some comparison here. Both the Harbingers and the Stonehearts are a group of 10 or just over 10 in the case of the Harbingers, who are the major power players of their corresponding faction. That will probably be a faction we only directly deal with in the late game, who are actively playing the puzzle pieces of the world of the game, preparing for a war between gods. I mean, there's some comparisons there to make, and I only really realized them just now. Yeah, it's interesting to think about. But yeah, and then in that sense, this is very much that kind of thing of, though it isn't quite the same, because Winter Night Lazzo, it is all of the Harbingers gather to mourn the death and go to a funeral of one of their own. Here is the judgment of one of their own, of whether or not he should be let to stay among them and let alone live. And it's just one of those remarkable moments that allows for all of them to gather in a way that allows us to see them, which is just very cool to me. I like. Now, of course, we have Aventurine in some cool, slightly variant outfit of his. It's, like, simultaneously not quite as extravagant as his usual one, and a bit, like, nicer. Then we get some Topaz in there. She gets an outfit of her own, which is real fun looking. Now, just making sure I didn't miss it. Yeah, no, here it is. Then we have him here, which, let's see, which one was he? I believe Topaz says, yeah, Sugalet? I don't fucking know how to say that word. Sugalet, something like that. We get his design here, which, interesting. I can't help but notice that a few of the Stonehearts sort of have a basic, like, face and hair design very evocative of Aventurine, and then it's just outfits that are different. But I don't know, that might just be the more vague animation style that we're getting for this here, because obviously we aren't getting his full face or anything. Basically, the only identifying features we can get is the clothing and the hair. So, you know, it might just be that. But then we get Jade in similar outfit to what we know her, once again, but not identical. Once again, to tie another similarity to Winter Night Lazzo, that trailer had even the characters we already knew with slightly modified outfits, which inevitably led to the implication that the designs of all of the others, though it portrays their general vibe, it isn't identical to what they will end up looking like necessarily. Which is cool. I like how it allows us to seed characters and their general vibe without them having to have pinned down the exact outfit. And then, I believe, yeah, Sapphire here. Do we get a shot of Sapphire? No, it seems like we just get their hand. So, they are hiding a couple designs from us. Then there's Agate, which, unless this little guy is supposed to be representative of how they look, we also don't get a design of them. And then we get her, and she is giving her vote on behalf of Agate. Who is she? Is she essentially Agate, if Agate that they're talking about here isn't, like, around anymore, given that they say he might be dead? Or is she a different person? Either way, my god. Jesus Christ. And then there's Amber, and that's said by her, meaning that Amber is another hidden design, if I'm understanding this correctly. Now, I guess that means we don't know which one she is specifically, but I suppose by process of elimination we could probably figure it out. Either way, I like her design, and cool to have an Intellitron character. And then we have Diamond, who, literally just like weird diamond-haired child. It's fun. Hi, this is Editing Sylvan, coming back in just to acknowledge how dumb I was being earlier in the video. I pointed out later that I was wrong here in thinking this was Diamond, and this is actually, I believe, Opal, but I just sort of realized how stupid I was being by just missing a couple details here. First off, there's this bit here of it saying 4v4. If I was keeping track, I would have realized that only 8 votes had been cast. They were saying it comes down to this last one as a tiebreaker, and fundamentally it's the 10 Stonehearts, so tiebreakers wouldn't really exist if all 10 of them were involved. So inevitably this either couldn't be Diamond or someone else was being left out of the voting, but that wouldn't make sense based on the fact that other members of the 10 Stonehearts who weren't here for this voting had their votes cast by others, so just Diamond makes the most sense to not be the one who's there. And then the other thing I want to point out here is that right at the very beginning I completely forgot about the fact that it explicitly has one of them say that Diamond summoned everyone with not themselves as the chair of this, like, judging council of the Stonehearts, which would imply that Diamond isn't here necessarily, especially if you then go through counting up all the people who vote. So, I just wanted to clear that up. I'm a bit dumb at times, but I realized it in the aftermath, and I'll realize it later in the original recording as well. So, oopsie. Anyways, getting back to old me. I find it interesting which ones they hide the design of and which ones they don't. Something else I find very interesting is this, because I'm pulling this out of my ass right now, but I vaguely recall something about the idea that Diamond Stoneheart was, like, divvied up to, like, 100 or 1,000 people or something. And I forget where I heard that or if it's even canon or anything. But that's something I vaguely recall, and I'm curious to learn more about that if that is the case, because I think that's what we're seeing here if that's the case. Yeah, and then we get this just interesting shot of holding Penacony as it, as well as several other worlds, pool together to reform the Aventurine Stone. Then this crystallizes, and we have all of them going up to the throne to fight in the name of the Amber Lord in the war between gods. Just it passing along all of them, which I actually, okay, yeah, I want to go through this now more closely, because I just realized this does help us to see their designs of all of them. Yeah, okay, so we have, I'm guessing that's Amber? Which, I mean, Amber must be pretty important given that it's the Amber Lord. I'm actually surprised we don't have more on them. Agate seems to very much be this one, so it's not that the other person's a replacement. We get Topaz, Singulette, I don't fucking know how to say theirs still. Aventurine, is it like Pearl or something? I don't fucking know, but that's just from the shape of it and general sheen, that's what I get. Sapphire, they're hiding it, but we are getting a certain motif for them of, like, Pegasus. Jade, I honestly am tempted to look up what the last one is for who the fuck she is. And then, of course, we have Diamond. Honestly, of the new designs, she's the one that's catching me the most right now. Like, my god. Either way, I very much enjoy this. And though it doesn't give me the same vibes as Winter Night Lazzo, the comparisons became very clear to me very quickly of how many little connective tissues there are, which is just interesting to me. Okay, interesting. So she's Obsidian. And then Opal? Who's that? Wait, what? I thought that was Diamond. So that's Opal? Okay. Who is Diamond? Oh, okay, I guess we just don't actually learn who they are. Cool. Interesting. Alright. In that case, I guess I'll leave it there, because, I mean, there's only so much I can speculate about this. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like and subscribe. Leave a comment on your thoughts. I hope you all have a great day. Goodbye.